Last year in 2024, over 800 million people experienced some type of food insecurity. That's 10% of the entire world. And of that, about 47 million people here in the US were a part of that number, in both large communities and small ones like these. So how are you and I, little tiny fractions of this entire world with not much power at all, supposed to be able to make a change? Do we just sit back and let it all happen? No, we don't. Even though we are little tiny fractions that can maybe help a few people out of the millions in need, those fractions can add up. And if everyone helps out together, we can and we will make a change. My name is Nicholas Berlarli, and let's go see how we can make a change in our communities. So today in this video, I got the opportunity to go to a local food pantry and see how they help the community, what the volunteers there do, and even get to do some of the work myself. The pantry I'm talking about is the Bridgeport Food Pantry, located at the St. Francis Church right in Bridgeport, New York. Because of all of your help at the Bridgeport's Brightest Lights light show, during the food drives, and with buying our LED bracelets and wands, we've been able to help out this pantry a ton since 2020. The pantry here tries to make it as simple as possible to help out anyone in need. You can literally drive up on one of the days they're handing out food, answer a few questions, and they'll try to help you with whatever they have to offer. They have volunteers that sort through all the food they get to put them into different size boxes for different family sizes, and literally they just help out as much as they can, and that's their only goal. This video was originally going to be about showing you where all of your donations go at the food pantry, which it still is, but I decided there's a bigger message that can be shared here. However, we'll take a look at that in a few minutes. For now, let's go see how the Bridgeport Food Pantry is helping put a dent in food insecurity. So let me explain to you how the whole system works at the food pantry. Basically, once a month, they have one of their pickup days where any residents of Bridgeport can come to the pantry and get food for free just like that. They also have an emergency food service, so if anyone is going through some sort of emergency, the pantry can go out and deliver food immediately right to them. That way they don't have to wait until whenever the monthly handout day is. Now the pantry has to prepare ahead of time for this handout day. Most of the preparation I got to see was just what they do on the day before, which still is a lot, but there's even more that goes into it behind the scenes that I didn't even get to see for setting up this handout day every month. What I got to see is basically the organization day for everything. On this day, the food pantry has a bunch of awesome volunteers that come in and help organize all of the food, put it in different boxes for all of the families, and just prepare everything for the next morning, which is when everyone will be arriving to come and pick up the food that needs it. During the earlier parts of the organization day, the volunteers basically shop in their whole supply room to put together boxes for each family. They will first grab a cart and decide whether this box will be for a 1 to 2, 3 to 4, or 5 to 6 person size family. Then they'll go in and fill the boxes with different food items for that size family. They have charts that show how many of each item the boxes should get, and they go down the aisles picking different things that they think would go together well in the box. Not too complicated, right? Well, they normally have 4 or 5 people doing this all at once, and each of them can get together a whole box within minutes. I attempted to do one with the help of one of the volunteers, and quickly realized that they are really skilled at this. And let's see, one of these. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm definitely not the best at organizing.
Okay, yeah, no, when I first started, I would go back to. So you get to pick one.
It's no wonder that they can get all of the boxes done that they have to get done within one morning. While this quote-unquote shopping is going on, there's also other volunteers doing other things like labeling the boxes and making sure the pre-ordered boxes are ready, separating other foods like potatoes in this instance for each box, and also dealing with food that comes in that day. Most of the food in the supply room, as I call it, comes from a number of different sources, with one of them being donations from people like you who come to the light show. But most of this food is non-perishable goods. So they also get deliveries like a ton of bread on that day when they're organizing everything to get it ready to immediately send out the next day. So on top of putting the boxes together, labeling them, making sure all of the pre-ordered boxes are ready, sorting through different foods to put in the boxes, they also have to go through this food that comes in that day from all of their sources and sort through that as well. They organize all of it to make sure everyone can have the option to get some of it if they would like it. This is all the work that goes into everything the day before pickup. And I am so glad I got to be there and witness it all and help out a tiny little bit, even though I didn't really know what I was doing, and just be there to be a part of it. Now, while this was all happening, I also got the chance to talk to Rob, who works at the food pantry. Rob is basically the one in charge who helps make sure everything runs as smoothly as possible at the pantry. But don't just think he sits back and does nothing the whole time. He's helping out just as much as all the other volunteers too, because it's basically like a community in there all working together to achieve the one goal of helping as many people as possible in the area. I was able to ask him some questions and even get a quote-unquote interview with him. So here's a little bit of that so you can see what the main goals are of the Bridgeport Food Pantry and some of the common questions that I had and that you may have. Now go easy on me because this was my first time ever interviewing someone. I think I did pretty decent though, so here's all the video from that. What is your name and what do you do here at the Bridgeport Food Pantry?
Well, I'm Rob Stankiewicz. I'm the coordinator officially, but we actually have 3 people at the top. I'm just one of the 3 that kind of do the background stuff.
Okay.
I mainly focus on getting the grants that we need.
Okay. So how long has the food pantry been running and why did it start in the first place?
We're already on the 2nd generation.
Wow.
So it's at least 25 years and just a need, you know.
Yeah.
We knew people that needed food and we wanted to help.
Yeah.
I think that has been a constant that's why we're here.
Yeah, definitely. So how many volunteers do you normally have helping out here?
15 maybe, somewhere around there.
That's nice, okay.
We could use more.
Yeah.
Just a little commercial.
Yeah. What's the process like for an average Bridgeportian who may be in a rough situation and needs help from the food pantry? What do they have to do to come and get food?
They just need to know the dates and time we're open.
And just show up?
Just show up.
That's amazing.
There's nothing ahead of time. However, when you do get here, we have a check-in we have to do.
Okay.
And this particular one, you have to live in the area. We have a designated area, but there's also income restrictions.
Yeah.
So you need to fit the income requirements.
Mm-hmm.
Just so anybody knows, anytime you get any sort of government aid, it translates to this.
Yeah.
Like if you got HEAP or SNAP or anything, you're in.
Yeah. Now, so I know you serve only the Bridgeport area, but how many families are you normally serving in this area, if you know the numbers?
I do. I have to report them today we will do about 100 families.
Wow.
About 400 people, give or take. 350 to 400 people.
That's awesome. Do you know any of the situations these people or families are in and why they need help from the pantry? Is there like a wide variety of reasons, or is there some common theme, if you can tell me that?
Again, the seniors are probably on fixed incomes.
Yep.
I mean, the 2 things I'm sure we get the most of are seniors fixed income. Sometimes they're out of work, but the other thing is just working that need more food.
Yeah.
Their job isn't paying the bills.
Yeah.
So they need a little help to get them to finish it all, to make this month go.
Yeah. So last question, would you say that the food pantry is doing really well? Are you able to keep up with the needs and do you have enough volunteers, or is there sometimes a little bit of a struggle to find people or to get the food needed?
People are always the struggle, just for what I had said before.
Yeah.
It's hard to get people. I mean, right now we have 2 people out. One's with a hip replacement, one's with a knee replacement.
Oh yeah.
Another person has a shoulder that he should have replaced.
Yeah.
And that's been ongoing. And like I said, the whole first generation's gone. They all aged out.
Yeah.
Essentially, the people that started it.
Yeah.
No, volunteers is, I think, my biggest, huge concern.
Well, thank you very much for everything. And so there's a bunch of stuff I got to talk to Rob about and learn from him regarding how the pantry works. The biggest thing I got out of that interview with him was that community organizations can always use volunteers and will always take any help they can get. A lot of people like to donate to organizations like these, whether it be food pantries or homeless shelters or after-school programs, whatever it is, and I have nothing against that. That is great. But honestly, just showing up to help volunteer in person can really go the extra mile, and I know that they truly do appreciate it. Now, before I share the big message that I wanted to tell everyone about volunteering and stuff like that, there's still first a lot of work that needs to be done at the food pantry before the handout day tomorrow. So I'd love to take just a quick moment and share a bunch of the videos I got showing all the hard work and preparation that went into all of this on the organization day before everyone comes to receive the food. And that's just about everything for the organization/preparation day. Like I've said, it is very simple for people to get food once they arrive the next day. They have people outside directing traffic and making sure they get all the necessary information from everyone to make sure they qualify. Then they can pull up and let the pantry know the size of their family. And then we will send boxes of food up the conveyor belt to the top, and people upstairs will load them into the trunks, and we send them on their way. Even while all the work can be long and tiring and annoying, it all pays off when the pickup day comes and you can just see all the cars in the parking lot that you're about to help because you put together all these boxes of food. Just seeing all the people and families that show up make it 100% worth it. So there's not much really more for me to talk about. I think I'll let Rob take it from here, and you can see how we were able to help people out on the pickup day.
So now this is what it all comes down to. People have lined up, we've logged them into the system. If you look over there, you'll see the person with the vest on by the car. She's taking their information. So we have to give a count off to the food bank of what we give out every month, and we're checking them in basically. Once we hear what size family, we place the order downstairs, which a lot we packed yesterday, but we'll catch up the rest today. Comes up our belt, it's on a cart, we put it in a car for them, wish them a happy day, and send them off out back into the weather.
Away it goes.
Away it goes.
So I guess out of all of this awesome stuff I got to show you today, between how the food pantry can help the area and what all the volunteers there do, the biggest point I wanted to share is that you don't have to do big things to make a big difference. While I was coming up with the script for this video and working on it, I came up with a little saying that I thought I'd share. You don't need to do big things to make big changes, you just need a big amount of people. And what I mean by that is if we have just small little changes, small little things people can do every day, like holding a door open for someone, or even saying something nice to someone, just small little things. If we have a huge amount of people doing all these little small things, it can make a huge change in our world. And it doesn't even have to be related to food pantries. That's just what I was able to show in this video. But we can do all of these little things to make huge changes in our world. I truly believe that the Lord above has given each of us our own individual abilities to be able to make good things happen in this world. And for me, it was the ability to know how to code and make these awesome light shows. And through that, I could help make just a small impact by raising a couple $100s to give to the food pantry every Christmas. Your abilities may look completely different, but everyone has something they can do to just make a little tiny impact. And all of those impacts can make something huge happen. But with all that said, that's gonna finish it for the video. And now it's your turn. It's your turn to go out to the world and do something huge or something small. Whatever you think that your ability is, use it to make good in this world. Whether it's a tiny little impact or a huge one, because even tiny ones can add up to make a huge change in our world. So with that all said, thanks for watching.